What is up, YouTubers? Bradley here from the Geek Report, and today we'll be doing a special unboxing of the XFX R7 240. Okay, before we actually dive into the box, let's take a look on the outside of the box first. You have your XFX logo here, your R7 240 logo here. You have your Radeon graphics logo in the bottom, which would be nice if they would include a case badge that looks like that, because I do like case badges, me personally. This is the Best Buy only edition. It has 2 gigabytes of DDR3 memory, and it's low profile, so if you have a slimline case you can stick this in with no problem. This does come with a lifetime warranty for this particular card here. Nothing too much on that side. On the bottom is just the system requirements, but I think you know what you're doing if you buy your own graphics card and stick it in. So look on the back, you got more logos here, same thing as the front. Some of the features, this is PCI Express Gen 3 or 3.0. It has support for DirectX 11.2, OpenGL 4.3, and OpenCL 1.2. It does support dual monitors, as you could have guessed. Most graphics cards these days do support dual monitors. This is 3D Blu-ray ready. Also is ready for handling 4K resolution monitors, which is something that a lot of people are starting to get into now, 4K gaming. Now, I will go over this later in the video. This card is not for 4K gaming. This card is just for maybe 4K playback. That is it. As I will go over later in the video with that. And that is it. So actually, let's go ahead and pop the top and dig into the box. Alright. So it's a box within a box. No surprise there. Okay, on the top we got your literature, some handy adapters, your graphics card CD. Guys, if you do have high-speed internet, because it's going to be about 200 megabytes to download, go online and download the latest drivers for this. Usually the drivers on here are a little out of date. That may pose problems when playing some games or other tasks this card is meant to handle. But if you can and you're able to, go to AMD's website, type in the model of the graphics card and your version of Windows, and download the latest drivers. Also, you can register this product online for support, and gives you a nice little handy card with the serial number, username, password, so you can always remember your password when you go to claim warranty information and stuff like that online. Your quick install guide there, nothing too special. Another quick install guide. If you're having trouble in registry information, gives you a little brochure where to go and call them. Your hardware limited warranty card, and a brochure of some other products XFX makes. So what else do we have in the box besides the graphics card? We got 2 low profile mounting brackets, and now the card itself. Okay, we got the card out of the package now. As you can see, it has a very nice black shroud over it to hide the components from sight, which a lot of these low-end cards do not have. So it's nice to see that. And this has a lot of weight to it, and that's due to the big heat sink for this particular GPU under the shroud, which I'll go over in just a second. But looking on top, you got your nice black shroud. You'll have your low RPM fan that keeps it nice and cool. And we'll also look on the bottom here before I flip it over. We have your PCI Express 3.0 slot here. And flipping this thing over to its side, you can see actually into the card that this is a decent shroud. A decent heatsink for this GPU. This actually is a very big heatsink for this particular GPU. And also a good thing about this heatsink here, it also covers the memory, so it keeps your memory nice and cool. And you can see some of the components inside. Flipping on the bottom, you got a nice black PCB board. On the back, nothing, just kind of the shroud. On this side, this is, if you have a window on your computer, this is what you will see. It will sit in just like this. That's what you will see. So there's nothing too fancy here. Looking at your connectors, you have a VGA, HDMI, and a legacy supported DVI adapter, which it doesn't come with the DVI to VGA adapter, but if you do have one of those, you can have two VGA monitors if you choose to have that set up. One thing to note is that the VGA, you can choose to leave it on or take it off depending on actually no, excuse me, when you set it up, let me focus in on these right here real quick. It still will be a dual cord design when you set it up. You'll have your HDMI, your DVI, and your VGA will actually be shipped to the top here when you set it up, like so. So with those put to the side, this is a very neat design with this. Usually they have you actually take off one of the adapters has a little pin you can pull off. Some of the older ones I've seen. But let's actually talk about some of the specs this card has. I know you already know it has 2 gigs of DDR3 memory, powering this for a frame buffer. As far as stream processors, I know that's what AMD calls their processors, is stream processors. You have 320 in here, which is actually a good little bit for this particular model card. Memory speed is about 4.6 gigabytes per second as far as your bus speed, which is not too bad. And it's typical power on this. This particular model I think consumes 30 watts, so you'll see there's no 6-pin connect on this card because it doesn't require this. It pulls everything from the motherboard and the PCI Express slot. It pulls all the power from that. So you're going to need at least a 300 watt power supply, if not higher, depending on what other components you have in your system. But for there's someone that needs a little boost in the graphics, this would be a good card for you. I did say little, not a lot. Who is this card for? Really, if you're looking to 720p gaming at mid settings, this card would be perfect for you. Your light weekend gamers, I guess you could call them, or your light week gamers. They only play a couple hours a day, maybe a couple hours a week, if that. No real heavy games like Crysis 3 just will not play. You actually have to go to 720p low settings to get an even decent frame rate, and then you're still dropping below 10 frames per second on some scenarios with this card. So this is really not a high-end, high-performing card. If you just need that little extra boost to get you by like StarCraft, or if you play War at War, or other online games, or those kind of strategy-based games, this card's for you. But as far as high-demand games such as Metro, Last Light, Fallout New Vegas, Bioshock Infinite, and Crysis 3, this is not for you. This will play the games, but they're gonna be on low settings on 720p gaming, and that's just not a very enjoyable gaming experience. So, with that being said, if this card's for you, great. If it's not, this is a low-end card. It's just not. You're gonna have to spend an extra $50, $60, $100 to get a better card for you. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it for whatever reason, and don't forget to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. Remember, this is Bradley from the Geek Report. Stay geeky.